So, you know that doing the thing can give you experience and teach you about yourself. But to be able to do that thing a lot, to gain that experience, you need consistency. It's easy to get to the conclusion that consistency is about willpower or motivation. And there are times when those things are important, of course, but if you maintain that perspective, you're likely to bump into the usual suspect, making excuses as to why you can't do that thing, there's no time, or why you just don't want to. You've been working all day and just need to rest. To avoid these problems, I suggest to think differently about consistency. You don't need to rely on willpower or motivation. You can rely on what works. And what works is a process that if anyone followed, they would get the results. This is part 1. Trust the process, not yourself. Part 2 is changing this idea that you have to do better than last time. On a bad day, this mentality can lead you to think something like, I can't do the entire thing, so I won't do it. Or, I'll be late, so I won't go. And you're going to have bad days. It doesn't matter if you do it a bit shit. It matters if you don't do it. If something is worth doing, it's worth doing poorly rather than not doing it at all. So this process we're talking about is building a habit. Like I said, you're going to have bad days. And on those days, we're not thinking about getting better. We're not thinking about dissecting what we've learned or how good we should be feeling or how much we need to keep doing to keep improving. None of it. We're just getting it done. A little or a lot, it doesn't matter. And this isn't without its stresses. Because when you're starting, you may not be able to identify your improvements. If, and probably when this happens, we're just going to rely on trusting the process and not ourselves. A habit is just a useful tool to improve at things. Don't be confused and think it's synonymous with feeling good about yourself. It doesn't work like that. You learn to feel good, just as you learn to do that thing more. So you draw for 5 minutes, you stop, you tell yourself well done. You do that again, and the next day, and each day, for as many days as you've set yourself. It's not complicated, it's just hard. When you measure yourself, at first the difference is small. It's hard to notice. Maybe just the voices that tell you to stop and give up, maybe they've lessened slightly. But do it for long enough, and the changes are easier to identify. You will be able to see the difference. It works. So set yourself a challenge. Make it manageable. Do it each day, and I'll catch you on the next one.